Who's sleeping? Not you, because soul doesn't sleep. It doesn't have that ability to be not there and there, so to speak. So there is that tug there. So I get very little sleep. It's just impossible because you're always awake. But I work in relaxing the body and always trying to keep my body relaxed while I'm doing everything else. And that's a trip because you get passionate about things. I get passionate about things. I've had this chemo and radiation. I'm ready to do some shoving up some butts. But, you know, it's only because of the suffering you guys are going through. Some of you guys, I just want to cry along with you. Tina, I love you, dear one. Just keep fighting the fight. I think you ought to maybe use the black salve to pull it, but you need somebody there that's strong and it can handle it, and you've got to be strong because you're actually going to pull that tumor right out of that spine. And, you know, it's going to be a little painful, but generally not as painful as as what you're going through. So sometimes you're grabbing for everything you can. Hunter Lester, haven't talked to you in a while. Go Hunter, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Power of the berries, absolutely. I'm glad you experienced the blueberries and the blackberries. Woohoo! I'm from a farm, and I suck down the blackberries all the time. I'm going like this all over the place. I've always loved fruit. The problem in Indiana, you don't always push fruit. You know, that's the problem. So yeah, you could have, but you know, these things will kick your butt. I mean, people don't think, oh, the power is, look at this. The elements are just elementals. The plants take in all those elementals, convert them to salts. And then all this nutrition is combined and mutated and created and put into the fruits and berries and said, here, this is for you. This is the EFFINI. Thanks for watching the videos there, my friend. I'm 32-year-old male. I'm tall. I'm thin. I started on your Herbal Detox 1 and 2 and an all-raw diet, eating mainly fruits. Last night I had a big raw salad. This morning I woke up with diarrhea and lots of undigested vegetables. Now, this could have just purged you, and sometimes it does. Fruits will do the same thing. It'll just start purging and cleaning. That's your body doing that. That's not a gauge for fruits causes diarrhea in people. Some people think that. That isn't true, but they are the cleansers of the foods. So they do have sometimes a purging effect, in vegetables too. In that case, it just purged you, spastic your bowels, and you didn't have time to digest it. If you were eating it on a normal basis and chewing well and you saw undigested food matter, you could suspect the pancreas. You're thin, so that does lead me into suspicion of pancreas. So I would take, just for the heck of it, I'd take the pancreatic capsules, and then at the same time I'd tear into the stomach and bowel, tear onto the lymphatics for the bowel, the lymphatic 1 or lymph node 2, got to be careful with that one, and really start cleaning the bowels. Now we're having a hard time getting lymphatic 1 capsules. The people we have now working with our herbs, we don't overly like them very well. They haven't been very good to us. But I would make sure I correct any malabsorption issues, which is lymphatic, and definitely pop up your pancreas to work a little better. And you, after a little while, you might put on some muscle in you, or a little more weight there. One doesn't want to always be big. No, not only do I want to improve my own health, but also many others. Go, go, go. This is HD Biker. You good man, good man. I hope your granddaughter and your son and you guys are doing well, guy. You guys, if you look at most of these, all of you are doing quite well. Yeah, there's some ups and downs. I don't know of anything that's perfect that way, but you guys, I am just literally proud of you. I promote you guys everywhere I go. I brag on you guys everywhere because you're a great team. We're a great channel here. We want to be a healing, loving channel, and if we can keep it that way, then you know that's a message we want to show the world. You know, we can all live in our own countries and everybody be happy and loving, and we can end the wars and we get everybody healthy, and we'll all have fruit farms and everybody sit around and talk about our interplanetary or interdimensional travels. This is a sweetheart. This is Margaret Schultz. Dr. Morse is hi. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. I appreciate that. All your comments there, my dear one. Let me see. I'm a vegetarian and raw foodist. I've been on raw foods and I've been vegetarian now going on 8 months. Good deal. Only Bobby. Go for it, sweetheart. Kick it up, honey. You guys are just, I'm just, you know, really doing well. Here's Helena, la 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 la. I love that, honey. Yeah, that's right. Oh, thanks. I'm addicted to you guys too. You guys are just a great bunch of people, and it's fun to be able to help a whole bunch of people. Generally, I run probably 100 people in my office at any given time. This way, I'm being able to get to more people this way, and it's just it fills my mission, and it just really binds us all to the proper sort of binding, and I just love it. It's just great. Here's Lucy Rose Petal. He didn't say cinnamon. I said cinnamon. Yeah, you're right. Now I get why cinnamon. So I addressed that yesterday. Cinnamon. It is a pharmaceutical. It's like cocaine. It's an antispasmodic of sorts. Those with Parkinson's are very aware of it. If you look at Michael J. Fox and you looked at him chronologically, you can see now that he can't hardly stop shaking. And this is the problem with things like drugs like this is they're suppressive in nature. They're not strengthening. And herbs are strengthening. And they also, you can use an herbal antispasmodic which controls spasms and seizures, but at the same time feeds the nervous system, as something like cinnamon, which gets you addicted like cocaine. It's the hardest drug I've ever seen anybody try to titrate off. So it's a tough one for you. And so I just don't recommend them. I love botanicals because they feed, they restore, they enhance, they don't suppress. This whole concept of suppression and killing cells and killing bacteria is just, that's constipated. That's ignorant. I can't say enough negative things about that sort of thinking. It's not 21st century. It's first century. This question has been going around. So it is healthier to be cooler than hotter. I like the middle path. It's better to be in the middle path. You're comfortable. You're not hot. You're not cold. You're not real acid. You're not real alkaline. Look at the blood, 7.4. That's a good lesson for us because it's a little base. It's not high base, but it's a little base. So you're not on the acid side. You're not high on the alkalosis side. So you're right there. And that's where you're the most comfortable. And so both sides. You can use either side to promote, though. You can use heat to drive, to dilate. You can use cold to constrict. You can use cold to break up. You use cold when you're hot and hot when you're cold. That's the Chinese way. But we're still dealing in the duality of things. So for me, I want that middle path. I want that 7.4. I want that 7 to 8.5. The periods that, this is from Daniel. Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan and man. The periods that I've been on high fruit, I could hardly sleep. I know. This is, I tell you, powerful. And imagine, I mean, I see all these birds eating these berries, and then they're just on a buzz, man. And I can imagine the power of some of these great organic fruits down in the tropics. Eating a diet of just that is just, it's killing me. A durian rider, if he has been a fruitarian for, I have to agree with you guys. I'm with you guys on this sort of thing. But you have to realize, I think, that a lot of us, when we've had years and years and years and years in this, and travel and the stresses and the sitting down in the offices and all that, no excuse, but it is, in a way, it's just, stressors of every level, and this, it's really the test of God, when you start developing conscious and becoming more conscious, then comes the test. How long can you keep it? I bet I can knock that off. That sort of thing. So then all your tests start coming to test whether you can maintain it. Your mate might be someone that's totally opposite than you. All right? Now that's difficult. Real difficult. And then you got all the other things. And all these are little pieces of trying to get that conscious awareness unconscious again. and to break your self-discipline. So I realize I've been victim of that myself quite a bit. So it's just, you know, some of these things. But B12 injections, come on, that's for people that are just, you know, hanging on to some kind of medical crap thinking. This is Odyssey Berry or something like that. Hi, Dr. Morse. Hey, beautiful picture. Happy New Year and Happy New Year to all of you guys. You too, sweetheart. Please help. I have 2 large brown discolorations on my face, which suddenly appeared. They'll come off. Keep going. Keep on going. But you might want to pop up your pituitary just for a minute. Keep moving that lymph. Do some fungal kill in the body. No one in my family has skin. It could even be part of detox. If it's not a part of detoxification, then it's just showing how acidic and could be breaking down the pituitary a little bit. Generally, you wouldn't be darker patches; it'd be wider patches. Recently, I started to notice my hands and feet are cold, so you're losing your so you are up in this head area. Your thyroid is going down a little bit. My mom died from a stroke. There you go. Would the pineal glandular be helpful for me? No, the pituitary glandular. What are the signs of a weak pineal gland? Inability to rest, insomnia. Thank you so much, and I love your channel, and I love you. Thank you for coming aboard. Yeah, the pituitary, but I would really focus on my lymph system. Pop up your thyroid, maybe with a thyroid glandular or some thyroid herbs, or use kelp or something like that to help. Check your basal temperatures under your arm. It's a little bit of a look. Nothing's perfect, but it is certainly definitely a fairly good look. Better than blood work, much more accurate than blood. When you're assessing someone, you're going to assess their symptoms. And then you can use simple little things like basals and looking at the urine, things that are not, you know, this idea in medical that you must have these studies and and all this research, that's just ignorant thinking. That's just somebody's got to get your money, whether it's a scientist in some lab somewhere or it's American Cancer Society just raking it in. I can just see these little guys stack some money around saying, boy, we really got those women going on breast cancer awareness, all right. No offense to the ladies, but ladies, you've got to start taking care of yourselves and not trusting the AMA. These guys don't care. This is a money machine like no other. We all got to get knowledged up, so when you feel a lump, you take care of it right now. You don't have to fear, oh, look, my lymph's backing up. You go in and take care of those kidneys and move that lymph right now. And then you're done. And you're okay, good. And any women that have fibrocystic breasts, you're walking right there. Get rid of them. That's lymph. So always remember, when you feel something, if you're menses and when you're menstruating, you feel sore breasts, that's an indicator that you already have acidosis in the breast, and you want to get that out. Whenever you notice signs of something, take care of it right then, and you're done. You're given the tools here, and then you guys that are going out being the healers help others to get the tools, and then everyone will learn how to take care of themselves. They don't panic and do some very, very seriously stupid things, like chemo and radiation. That thing is, I almost puke saying it. Hemp plant protein. I've never mentioned hemp plant protein. I try to. I mean, you can put hemp powder in babies' formulas. There's all kinds of things. I didn't put too much in the book. I didn't think of it when I wrote the book, to tell you the truth. But I'll put it in my new book. I mean, I've got to kind of bring that up. I'll talk about hemp protein and stuff. I'm really not much into thinking in that sort of way, like protein, using that word. It's a little bit of a misnomer, and it gives the wrong impression of what a person needs, so that's why I don't really use the word proteins too much. It's that medical doctor thinking again. They love the acid side, the nitrogen side, the protein side.